picture clip.
No.
I had a little diary because I don't
Yeah,
remember any of
Brandon?
this stuff. This is a 67 tour.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you realize that we played every other day for full pro
Brandon.
games?
She wanted to.
We played Oldville, but here on a Sunday.
Might be rich.
Then we played Tuesday. We played
Yeah, why don't we just do them all in a row?
UCD, whatever that was. University of Dublin.
Dublin.
Dublin, yeah. And then on
Are
the
we all, is
13th,
this all
we
there
played
was
the
from the
Wanderers.
start?
And then we played
Everybody else is
Gifnians.
dead.
Set that schedule up every other day.
Jesus Christ, Rick, don't tell me that.
Crazy.
When do we start drinking beer and having fun?
When you're done.
Okay, no lies.
I'm drinking beer.
Awesome.
Did
Okay, you
bring
tell all the
your original
lies you
bat
want,
mug?
no one will know.
You got
Yeah.
your original bat mug?
Yeah.
What happened to it?
It's a bullet hole.
You should buy that.
I saved my life. John pulled a gun out, she's about ready to shoot me, and I took a hit, the bullet went ricocheted off. She's going right between the eyes. And
Now,
I,
how's this going to go? What are we going to do?
So basically, I want you guys to say, starting with Igor, your name and the years that you played, and we'll go around. Okay, so I just want to get you all on camera saying your name,
the years you played rugby.
the rugby game you played, and the
Do you
position
want-
that you played.
Do you want to know when we played, like at Cal? or-
No, we're just
Every
going to start
team
from
you played.
everybody.
Bats. Bats.
Bats.
Okay.
So like,
Shit, I don't know.
well, actually you were the Olympic Club first. So
19
just say like
sorry,
Igor,
sorry.
you played, what your position was, and the years you
Okay,
played.
so.
okay. Ready?
Yeah, ready?
Okay, I'm gonna start off by saying I'm probably the best player here.
Probabilities. What are the probabilities?
Okay, I played, you're gonna have to help me out here.
What's your name?
What sport did you play?
Yeah, give me your name, Igor. Jesus Christ.
Give me your real name. You don't remember your real name.
That's Sinclair Bayfield Properties.
Okay,
Bankrupt.
my name is Jim Thompson. And I played at Cal. I'm a lawyer.
This will be a long
Anyway, like I said, I'm probably the best player here. So,
You are Jim
I
John.
scored all the points and a lot of tries and I was very good in the loose field, very fleet of foot.
But what position did you
I
play?
played prop, where I'm standing right here. He was the hooker. I was the prop.
Brilliant. All right.
Okay. Next.
Yeah, I'm Don Guest. I played wing. I started playing rugby in '64 at the University of California, and I played through 1992. So I think it's about 28 years.
Wow.
So I played wing. I think I said that, and sometimes fullback mostly.
Brilliant. Jim.
Moi?
Et you.
Well, I'm Jim Thompson, and I am the real Jim Thompson. I'm not just a look-alike.
A wannabe.
Excuse me while I have a drink of beer. Played at Cal, then played on the Bats, and the new Bats, and then the original Bats, and then the old Bats. We went to Australia when we got really old.
The very old bats.
And then very old bats. Some of these guys. Now, the origin of the bat's name is very critical. It stands for Brown, Anderson, Thompson, and Sinclair. The BATS. So that's.
I'll let them know. We've
Yeah.
got it wrong this whole time. All right. What position did you play?
I was back.
Okay, brilliant.
I'm back.
You're back.
I'm Tom Relles. I started playing at Cal in '64, then came to the Bats and played for about 5 years. I started out as a center and got older and moved in to second five, and I think I ended up at first five. But and so
You don't remember.
don't remember that. Yeah.
My name's Tom Blanchfield. I started out playing Cal, probably '64. Played with the original Bats. Played only for a few years with them, and came back occasionally to play with the old Bats.
And what position did you play?
I played wing.
All right.
My name is Jim Anderson. I started playing rugby at Cal in 1961, and I played number 8. Well, I played a lot of different positions, but I finished up playing number 8. And I played with the Bats until the old Bats until 1985.
Wow. Rook.
My name is Jerry Walter, aka the Rook. I started playing rugby at Cal in 1960. Yeah, that's right, 1961. And played after that for about 16 more years, finishing up with the Bats. I played one season in Madrid, Spain for a team that turned out to be the national champion. Played for the Santa Monica Rugby Club, but my fondest wishes are those miraculous recoveries from drunkenness I had with the Bats.
Have you recovered yet?
So you guys went on tour in 1967. Tell me what was that like? And jump in. You can talk amongst yourselves. Just
Go, Rux.
tell us.
What?
Go.
Well, it was just a great experience. We had just a great time. As Donnie's got the records of all the games we played, it just was continuous. I couldn't imagine how many games we played. We got beat up, but one of number
Kept
of them
showing up.
Yeah, showed up every game. So it was a great time, great experience.
Brilliant. So why did you guys play rugby?
Keep from hitting people on the street.
It was legal.
If you played,
You can do it on the
if you
field.
played rugby, you didn't have to go work out with the football weight room. So I went. I think Blanchfield convinced me to come out and
Pick
try.
up girls.
Pick up girls. Yeah, it was easier in the afternoon. So.
The beer and the girls, right?
That's right.
You could get a free clean set of socks and a jockstrap. It's easier than washing them.
It's a hell of a price to pay for a laundry job.
It wasn't because of the spectators in the stadium.
No, sure not.
Because hardly
All 12 of them?
no one watched rugby, and that's why I think they have 15 people on a side in a rugby team, because you're the only people that watch yourself.
So we love rugby because. Why do you love rugby?
Well, it created this kind of environment for us as we went through our life. I mean, these guys are like brothers. That's the fondest memory I have of the game is seeing all these guys every once in a while. Sometimes it's too often.
More often than we need that. But we sure.
The problem with being with these guys is you can't lie.
They catch you at it.
All
Can't
know the
chat.
truth.
So tell me tell me your name. We're going to know your nicknames. What is your nickname and how did you get it?
Oh, my nickname is Igor.
Tell them the truth.
And it came from when I was the kicking up in British Columbia, okay, and it was a rough game, and we had played the full game and scored.
It was snowing. It was snowing quiet, and we scored, and he had to kick the point after. So he's all lined up. It's all quiet, and some old lady in the stands, right over here, just about 20 feet away, goes, "Kick the ball, Igor!" Because he's just a big Igor-looking, ugly guy. And from then on, it's like the whole audience just laughed, and he's Igor ever since. I have to tell that story because
Okay.
he starts crying.
Okay.
All right, Donnie, what's yours?
I was called Fast Eddie, and what happened was one of the
Which
coaches.
is way off.
Yeah,
They just called you that.
they call me that. That's kind of that's not true. But what happened is we were at football practice one time, and there were a line of players out there, and the coach was always nicknaming people, and he said, "Hey Eddie, come over here and run this play." And everybody keeps looking backwards, and I'm the last guy in the line, and I look back and I go, "Oh, shit, I'll go over and run the play." So from then on, it was Eddie, and then it was Fast Eddie, because I was slower than molasses.
Am I on?
Yeah.
Okay. Thompson is my last name. But most people can't deal with me for any length of time, so they shorten it to Tomps.
My nickname's Ruggles. I got that from Blanchfield and Holly. We won't say why. I can't remember that. We won't talk about that. But it was our summer. I stayed over to try to go to summer school so I could get back into Berkeley in my second year, and that's why I picked that name up and started playing rugby.
I guess in this group, my nickname was Botch, which I never really understood why I got it. Wait. As I understand it, this came from the Skull and Keys play at one point in time, and it was No Pitts Morton and Batchy Blanchfield. And from there, the boys, of course, either hear poorly or just were confused and converted to Botch. It's the only thing that I've ever heard that, for sure, that had any reason for it to be that.
I've never heard that one, Brian.
I thought it was because he botched.
I heard that too.
I think he botched the play. I think he was always botching the play. Is what it was.
Bad hands.
One time.
That's how it happened as I knew it.
Yeah, it's as good a story as any. Well, my nickname is Blockhead.
That's it. That's it. Just turn sideways.
I don't know why I got Blockhead. I I wear a size 8 football helmet.
And it was
Probably because of that, and because I'm pretty stubborn sometimes.
Well, we wanted to call him concrete for brains, but it was hard too much.
And now, how did you get Rook?
I got it at a practice when I went out for rugby as a freshman at Cal. And Doc Hudson called me the cocky rookie.
hadn't changed.
Apparently it stuck with me.
Good call.
Could you believe he was ever,
1961.
We couldn't call him cocky.
I remember when he came out. He was cocky. Oh, it was awful.
Did he change at any
Well, he
point?
changed after I hit him a couple of times.
That made a believer out of me, that's for damn sure.
So knock the cocky out of you and you just stayed Rook.
That's right.
Perfect. So what is your fondest memory of the 1967 tour? Like if you could encapsulate it into like, this was the best time because we...
I thought the
Because
67 tour was the Olympic one.
Blanchfield ran off Holly's girlfriend.
you're talking about
This is the Olympic
65 or
Club. This is the
67?
67. Olympic Club. For your Olympic
was-
Club.
Okay.
It was a
Olympic Club.
conversion of the Olympic Club tour that the name
Formed
kind
the
of changed
Bats.
into the Bats as
Right.
we went
Yeah,
along.
right.
Right.
And I think just playing great rugby and it was just playing in international was quite a bit different than playing the local club teams and other university teams. So
And you have to keep in mind that we all played together for years and years, and all but Donnie of us went to Australia in '65 with the Cal team and played down there. So we are like brothers. I mean, we played a lot of rugby together, a lot of friendships. Let me tell you, these are great guys.
And you guys are still together all these years
I
later.
hate Thompson. I could.
Hold it.
That's universal.
Hold it.
We
He's the only guy that gets emails and text messages from creditors.
So what were you going to
We
say?
all had Thompson represent us in legal matters from time to time. And
That's
I
why
want
we're
you to
all
all
in jail.
know that he is probably the worst lawyer in the United States.
But I'm cheap. Cheap.
He is cheap, but he's terrible.
We were legends in our own mind.
I love that.
Yeah.
That is so true.
And
So
that's what we
Olympic
still are.
Club, there was an issue. Do you want to talk about what happened with the separation between the Olympic Club and the Bats?
It was a racial issue.
Okay.
We had a Japanese fellow playing for us at the Olympic Club. I can't Fujimoto,
Yes.
Kenny,
Yeah, you're right.
and the Olympic Club wouldn't let him in the club. Can I swear?
Please do.
So we said, "Fuck you, Olympic Club. We're breaking away."
Well, you can't say that, Rook.
That's what
Retake.
editing is for.
We were playing in the Boston tournament one year, and in I guess it was 67, huh?
Yeah.
67? Yeah. And we lost in the final game to London Scottish. And I went out to dinner with John Rosecrans, who was the commissioner of rugby for the Olympic Club at the time, and Mickey Ording and a couple other guys. And we got out, and I was complaining about how the club was being run. I was complaining about the racial problems that Jerry talked about, because none of the college schools would play us. We couldn't schedule any games against university sides because of that. And I was also griping about the players that Rosecrans had played in the game. And he said something to me like, well, you Cal guys are a bunch of complainers and bitchers, and you're never going to be happy, and blah, 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 and called us a bunch of crybabies. I said, I'll tell you what kind of crybabies we are. We'll take our guys and we'll form our own team, and we'll beat the shit out of you. And so we met out at my place in Walnut Creek in late 1967, I guess it was, after the tour, and we formed the Bats. And we were number 1 in the country in 1968. We're the best team in the country.
Now, what is really interesting is the Olympic Club has done a documentary recently. And did you know, are you aware that in 1968, after what you guys went through, they changed their entries and would allow anybody in?
That's because we
When
left.
was this?
Yeah.
When was this?
1968.
68.
68.
Really?
So after we pulled out, and then they changed it.
A day late, dollar short.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they didn't still let women in, but they at least changed because, and it was so interesting. I was watching the documentary on the Olympic Club, and it talked about the rugby, but they didn't want to talk about you guys. So we're doing it here. We'll
Yeah.
we'll do
That's
this
good.
here. So in 1968, because of what you guys stood up for, and because you had the, can I say that? You had the balls to like stand up for what you believe in. In 1968, the Olympic Club actually changed. Their bylaws.
Yeah, their bylaws, yeah.
So we owe you guys a lot of credit.
They still fielded a rugby team. It was called the XOs, the
Mhm.
ex-Olympic Club team. And Mickey Ording and some of the guys stayed and played for that team.
They've never beaten us.
Never have. Never have.
How does that feel that the Olympic Club has never, XOs have never beaten you? How does that feel?
Feels great.
Yeah?
Well, of course.
They might be able to beat us now.
Well, if they had Mickey, they would.
Yeah, I tried to get him to come to the party. He wouldn't. But
There you go.
we'll do another party.
Was that statement that you received from those guys under penalty of perjury?
The first one or the second
That's
one?
both 68. I don't know, because we were the XOs. And no, excuse me, they had the XOs, we were the Bats.
Right.
So I don't think they were the actual Olympic Club rugby team in 68.
I think you're right. I
Yeah.
think
No,
that's
because
right.
Mickey got pissed also, and so
Broke off.
he broke off, and then they became the
But
XOs.
they're nowhere near as good as we were.
Nobody's know as good as you and I.
Oh, we had rookie.
Exactly.
We had God's gift to rugby. Right here he is.
Cocky asshole
Right out
that he
of
is.
Doc Hudson's mouth. God's gift to rugby. Right.
Well, it's a good judge of talent.
There were, yeah. There was no question about that. He was,
I mean, what can I say?
he was humble. He was even.
So, what advice would you give? Like, how would you describe rugby to American viewers that have never seen the sport, don't know anything about it? How would you describe it to them that would make them go like, "I've missed out on some of the most exciting things ever"?
Organized mayhem.
I like that. I like that.
When you watch it, if you haven't seen it before, it's very difficult to follow because the whistle blows for reasons you can't understand. There's just a lot of little things that go on. There's only one ref with 30 guys on the field. So you can imagine what kind of stuff goes on when the ref turns away.
So true.
So it's a great way to stay in shape. Not a good way to stay healthy as far as bodily injury is concerned.
And that brings us to the point of like, okay, how many injuries have you all suffered, and what were they?
Well, I quit rugby because
Don't start with rookie. Don't start with rookie.
Start with
We'll be here all day.
Tell him, Ruggs.
I got thrown down a couple of times, and I had a little blood in my urine, which kind of slowed me down. And then we were playing, we were playing the Stanford 7-a-side, and some Stanford guy after I flipped the ball to guess so we could score, they hit me in the cheek, and I had a compressed cheekbone for a while, and couldn't understand why I couldn't see very well out of my left eye. We finished the game, and then my orthodontist took care of me. Said, "You got a problem there."
And that's only because I had broken both my cheekbones
Right, you knew what I mean.
prior. I broke one in '67, right before the. Did I do it right before the tour?
I don't know.
Did I?
remember.
Anyway, I was taped up. Anyway, I had broke one then, and I broke another one about 5 years later.
You looked a lot better then.
Yeah. No, I think I look better now.
I was playing one time. I remember at the very start of the game, I caught the ball on the kickoff, and a guy hit me, and my shoulder hurt like hell. And I played the rest of the half, and went to Joe Neal, who was a doctor, and I said, "Joe, my shoulder hurts like hell." And he said, he looked at it. He says, "Oh, it's dislocated." He said, "Lay down on the ground," and he said, "I'll put it back in for you." So he puts his foot in my armpit and pulls, and snapped it back into. But that was the one that sticks out in my memory.
You played the second half, I hope.
Of course.
Back into the game.
Yeah.
Well, he's gotten a lot better. He did bypass surgery on me.
He's improved. He's moved up in the world. No, he's still
He's
thinks
expanding
worth
his
being a
business.
surgeon.
Yeah.
And you tell me injuries.
Well, the one injury I had, I don't remember. It was, we were down in LA with the Bats playing I don't know, Eagle Rock or someone, and somebody knocked me in the head. And all I remember, I drove from LA to Newport Beach with my wife in the car, had dinner with my mother-in-law that night, spent 2 days there at the beach. Then I came to. I didn't know what was happening. Well, I was with these dickheads down in Melbourne, and I got kicked in the head. There was just a lot of blood, but it was nothing big. And so the trainer then bullet he took, I remember it was halftime, and he went over and he looked at it, he goes, he took a bottle of rum, and he sprayed it on my head, and then he rubbed it like this, and he says, that's okay, we'll take care of it later.
Archie,
Go.
I never had any injuries. I had some muscle pulls, and that's it.
you know why you never had any injuries? Never hit anyone.
That's not true.
He ran it down from behind.
Not true.
Now, that's my claim to fame.
Well, you just got hit. You didn't hit
Hit
anybody.
anybody, well, that's true, I did get hit.
He was the hittee.
That was a hit.
Rook, you've had a few.
Oh, rookies have
I've had a couple of separated shoulders. I broke my ankle, broke my nose in Spain.
Your knee, you
That's
screwed
not
up.
legitimate.
Oh, I landed in one game. There was a guy that had hit the ground and was laying on his belly with his feet, his cleats up, and I fell down on his cleats with my knee, and that chipped a bone in my knee. I think the one that really is the most interesting is when I got a separated shoulder against UBC, and they were not allowing substitutions, and I had to play the whole game
But back on the
trying
track.
to tackle with
Yeah.
one arm.
That's like playing next to Relles.
Are we counting noses as part of injuries?
Absolutely. Any body part that got
We'll
injured.
just, everyone look at the camera then.
We got noses, noses,
Yeah,
noses.
noses,
Donnie
noses,
knows.
yeah.
Well, you know, I saw Mike Ridley in February, and I hadn't seen him since the '73 party on his yacht. And my brother was wearing his Bats jersey, so Gridley walks up and he's like, I know that jersey. And I turned around and looked at him. I said, I know that nose. I remember when that nose got broken. So if you, is there like, if you could sum it up in one word, your rugby experience from the Olympic Club to the Bats to the Old Bats, the whole thing, your whole time with rugby. If you could just like one word, what would that one word be?
Fantastic.
These are my pallbearers.
Just deep friendship and with this group, just it's unbelievable.
Brotherhood.
Yeah,
Fun.
fun. What about you?
Just good friendship and a great game. It's a wonderful game, and it allows players to be, who they are.
Perfect.
Happiness.
Happiness. No beer, no women. I was waiting. None of these said beer or women. I mean, I'm like surprised.
Well,
That
comes-
goes
that's-
without saying.
Oh, okay. What do I know? Gentlemen, you are fabulous. We are done. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Do you rock? Can we show them what it looks like?